Alright, the sector Batrep, 1750. We got Ultramarines versus Tyranids. They're about to deploy. The Ultramarines have deployed. So we'll go over the Ultramarines list real quick. Here, Chris, do you want to go over it?
Sure. First off, Warlord, Cassius. Comes with his Warlord trait, now with the new Codex. Another HQ unit, the Epistolary. Librarian, who rolled for Dominate and Smite. Psychic powers. We've got 2 tactical squads, 10 men. The first squad has a Flamer and Heavy Bolter. Second squad is combat squadded, so they've split up into the missile launcher over on this side and have gotten into... Where's the other squad? Here it is, right here with Cassius. Okay, so they've got their plasma gun with them. There's a 5-man tac squad who's in the Razorback here with a Flamer. We've got a 10-man scout squad waiting for infiltration with 10 sniper rifles. 5-man scout squad in the land speeder Storm. Stern guard, there's 6 of them in the Razorback.
What do they have?
Nada.
Just straight up stern guard?
Just their special issue ammunition.
Awesome.
Legion of the Damned is also waiting in reserve. They have a sergeant with a power weapon, plasma pistol, a flamer, and a multi-melta, so they're armed to the teeth. Got an 8-man assault squad, sergeant with a power fist, thunderfire cannon, obviously, and our devastators here, 1 las cannon, 3 missile launchers.
All right, this is Vanguard Assault, big guns. You can see here's 1 objective here. We have another one here, 3rd one here, 4th one's there, and where's the 5th one? Back there in near the devs. So we'll go to the Tyranid deployment, and we'll have Kippy go over his deployment.
Alright, Flying Hive Tyrant with 2 Twin Link Brain Leech Worm Devours. He's got Hive Commander and Regen. He's got Hemorrhage and Life Leech for Psychic Powers. 3 Hive Guard. Tyranid Prime, who's the Warlord. He's got Lash Whip Bone Sword, Regeneration, and Scything Talons. He also got the -1 to reserves for Warlord trait. Tervigon with 3 powers, Toxin Sacs and Adrenal Glands. He's got Iron Arm, Hemorrhage, and Endurance. In reserve.
Hold on.
Hive Commander is outflanking the 20 Toxin Sac, Adrenal Gland Homogons. There's a Toxin Sac Trigon. There's the Doom in a Spore, 2 Zoanthropes in a Spore, and 15 Devour Termagants in a Spore.
For the infiltrators deploy, there's the 10 scouts here. Taking this ruin, you can kind of see the objective. And we'll look through the building and see the NIDs. Bottom of 1. And the Ultramarines caused 3 wounds to the Tervigon with the scouts.
Yep.
And then 1 wound on the Flyrant and 1 wound on the Hive Guard from the Thunderfire Cannon. And other than that, pretty much moved about, jockeyed for position. In retort, however, I assume the Hive Guard blew up one of the Razorbacks.
Yep, with Cassius in it.
Go ahead. Tell me what happened.
And the Hive Guard wrecked that one with hull points, and the Flyrant dual-dacked the other Razorback with hull points, I believe.
Fearless passed the pinning test here, insane heroism on this squad. So no pinning was done. It will not die was successful for the Tervigon.
Yep.
So he's back up to 4 wounds.
Back up to 4 wounds.
And the Flyrant is still at 3 wounds?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright. We'll catch you at bottom 2. Top of the first turn, Space Marines laced into the Tyranids.
Laced. Alright, we had
Top of the second
pretty...
Top of the second. Oh yeah, top of the second.
We had a lot of insignificant fire right off the bat. Snipers shot at the Hive Guard, caused 1 wound. Fearless pinning test is passed. Stern Guard fired upon the Hive Guard. I don't think they caused any wounds. I think only 2 hit out of 5. I should have rolled 6 though. That's a bollocks. Ran up here with this combat squad. Ran back here. This combat squad. This combat squad was unable to wound the Flyrant. The sergeant from the Legion obviously rolled a gets hot and then failed to save. And the rest of the guys failed to do any wounds.
How did you kill the Flyrant?
Multi-melta missed. The Flyrant was killed with a conjunction of
the 2 Devastators.
The 2 Devastators.
The Skyfire Nexus.
Skyfire Nexus. And the Heavy Bolter from this tac squad.
Trim down Flyrant.
Caused 2 wounds.
No more Flyrant. And then
another wound. The feel no pain on the wound on the.
It will not die on the Turvagon. Yeah.
So that's this is where the Nids are right here. Got some heavy reserves coming in this turn, maybe. So right, bottom 2, Tyranids have come in. Everything came in but the Trygon. And Chris will go over his turn here.
Alright, Hormagon's outflanked here on the board edge. They're going to try to cause a distraction over here. Zoanthropes blew up the Thunderfire Cannon, and the Tech Marines still walking around. The Devour Termagants shot 3 or 4 scouts, I believe. They went to ground. The Sergeant is gone.
Yep, 4 scouts, including the Sergeant, perished.
The Doom of
20
Malantai.
wounds.
20 wounds from the Devour Gants. The Doom of Malantai came in. I believe the Legion passed, and the Stern Guard lost 3 or 4.
4 wounds on the Stern Guard.
Yep.
Cataclysm caused 4 wounds.
Cast Cataclysm there and killed another 4. Another 4 Tech Marines and the Sergeant there.
Bottom of turn 3 wrap up. Space Marines. Chris, you want to summarize kind of what you did?
Sure. At the top of the turn, the Space Marines were able to converge in both with shooting and assaulting, take down the Hormagon unit entirely.
With the Tech Marine and the Scout Squad.
Tech Marines, Scouts, Assault Marines all took care of that. We were able to take out the Doom with a multi-melter shot from the Legion.
Yeah.
That's big.
There's still 2 Legionnaires over there. Did a lot of firing at the Hive Guard. Was able to put 2 wounds on there, actually taking down a model. Other than that, really not.
Two pretty big things.
Yep.
And then
let's not forget Dominate was cast on these Termagants.
When they failed their leadership check to fire.
Yeah, which actually pretty much brings us to what the Tyranids did in reply. The Trygon appeared here, shot the devs, killed 1 last cannon guy. Missile launcher guy. The Zoanthropes moved up, put a hull point on the skimmer. They passed their leadership check to move, right?
Yep.
But then failed it to shoot.
Yep.
And then all of this shot at the Legion and did nothing, and then tried to assault and did nothing.
And the Hive Guard shot at him and did nothing.
It was just a whole bunch of fail going on right in this general area. But cool. So we'll be back. Turn 4.
Flaming Spectres.
All hands on deck. All right, bottom of 4. This is after both player turns, so we'll just kind of summarize everything. Not much happened over here. The Legion moved back, and did anything else happen really?
No. They shot at the Hive Guard nodes there.
Alright, and then we come over here, and the entire Space Marine army basically shot at the Zoanthropes and the Trygon. Got the Zoanthropes down to 1 model with 1 wound, and the Trygon down to lost 5 wounds, so down to 1. And then the combat squad here and the 6 remaining assault squad members multi-assaulted the Zoanthropes and the Trygon. Killed the Zoanthrope, and then dealt 5 wounds to the Trygon with crack grenades. And he saved all of them, and then wiped out the 6 assault marines. And the leadership check was failed, but the initial no fear initiative test, so they're stuck in combat. And that's pretty much everything. The Devastator chapter tactic was used this turn, so the Devastators were able to back up a little bit and keep the objective and really kind of pin down the Trygon going into turn 5.
The Shadow and the Warp from the zone.
Yeah, the Shadow and the Warp, that's right. Before they were killed off, the Shadow and the Warp shut down the Librarian casting both powers, but without him perils. So, cool stuff going into 5. Let's roll for night fighting.
Alright, active roll. It is.
It is night fighting from here on out. Very interesting. Alright, we forgot to do bottom of 4. So the Tyranids, bottom of 4. You can see the Termagants moved up, kind of pushed ground. Over here the Termagants and the
Hive Prime
charged the Legion of the Damned
took them down
and wiped out both of them in close combat. And then over here, the Decagants fired down the Tech Marine, and the Sergeant was the sole remaining member of that close combat with the Trygon. The Trygon Failed his only armor save and wiped out 4 of the 5 members of the combat squad. And I think that's pretty much bottom of 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, going into 5, we're going to keep the night fighting roll, I believe.
Yes.
Alright, top of 5.
Yep, and the top of 5. Devastators had no other targets really to shoot at, so they fired some frag missiles over at the Termagants. I think they took out, what, 4 guys, causing a leadership that was passed on a 6.
And a 6.
Cassius has come back and rallied the attack squad up
Hold
here.
the line!
And they attacked the Termagants in the middle and were able to destroy him with his
bolt of
combi
fire.
flamer, the flamer from the attack squad, and smite that passed and hit all 4 times, wounded all 4 times. Did a bunch of wounds there without even needing bolter fire. These guys have prayed to the Emperor and are trying to hold back the tide of bugs until Cassius can come to their aid.
They did cause a wound to the general and killed a couple of Termagants.
Yep.
And then also didn't the snipers caused a wound on the Turbogon,
Snipers caused the wound on the Termagant, yeah.
who is not corked up yet. So,
No?
all right, bottom of 5, and that's game. We have objective here, spawned another unit, shot over here, caused a couple wounds on attack squad who holds that unit. Devs hold that. We have Linebreaker back here, and then First Blood. What happened? Spores yet. And then over here, a wound was caused, but the general regenerated a wound. And it's a Tyranid victory. Was it 9-8 or something like that? 9-7, somewhere in that area. All right, good job.
Yes.